Okay, in the first step, we'll just learn about the general equation of a circle, and then we'll be solving equations related to equation of a circle. But the most important thing will be to understand how the equation of a circle is made. So let's start off with a circle on the x and y coordinate. And let's say this point is on the circumference. Let's call this x comma y. Okay. And let's say the center has coordinates a comma b. Because it is mentioned in all of the books as a comma b, मैं a comma b को बता देता हूँ. Okay. If I have to find the distance of A and B, how will I find the distance? Using the distance formula, right? So the distance formula is x2 minus x1. So, and I know that this distance is the radius r, right? So I know that c क्या हो जाएगा? R is equals to x minus a whole squared, x2 minus x1 whole squared, plus y2 minus y1 whole squared, which is y minus b whole squared, and then I will square root it. ठीक है? ये होता है distance formula, again using Pythagoras theorem. So if I whole square both the sides, I will get r square is equals to x minus a whole squared plus y minus b whole squared. ठीक है? Now we know that the coordinates of the center are a comma b. The coordinates on the circumference are x comma y. Using that, we get this. This is basically the general form for equation of the circle, okay? Of equation of circle. However, now what sometimes you will have your equation in this form. Many a times it will be given in expanded form as well. So if I expand this, I will get x square minus 2ax plus y square minus 2by plus b squared. If I bring the r squared on this side, I will get minus r squared equals to 0. I will rearrange it and write it as x square plus y square minus 2ax minus 2by. और यहाँ पे प्लस a squared मैंने मिस कर दिया, right? This should have been plus a squared. And I will put the constant term separately. Now, the important thing to note over here is that A and B are the coordinates of the center, and we can use the comparison method either with this equation or with this equation to find the center and the radius. Okay, that's the most basic thing. Now, I hope you have noted this down. Okay, note कर लिया? Okay. Now, मैं दिखाता हूँ. देखो, I'll just write it over here, and I want everyone to note it down at the top of their page as well. Either you can be comparing with this form or the expanded version with x square plus y square minus 2ax minus 2by plus a square plus b square minus r squared equals to 0. Okay. Now, the most important thing that you'll note over here is that the coefficient of x and y square will always be 1. ये सबसे important चीज होगी. ठीक है? इसका ख्याल रखना है. Now in question number 1a, it says, and that is all there is, by the way. After this, everything will relate to algebra in some way or coordinate geometry. Midpoint का formula, distance का formula, algebraic expansion, factorization, simplification, everything else now will be related to algebra when we are solving circle questions. Okay, देखो, the first one. Now it is x square plus y square equals to 16. So can I say if I compare it with this formula, A and B are 0? है ना? So can I say if A and B are 0, so the coordinates for the center will be 0, comma 0? And R square is 16, so radius will be 4. ठीक है? आसान हो गया. Okay. For part B, and I will go along, I will be solving some of the questions with you directly. The first step will be to make sure x square or y square के साथ coefficient should be 1. तो you will divide the whole equation by 2 and you will get x square plus y square is equals to 9 upon 2. अब जब ये आ गया तो अगेन कहने से सेंटर है 0,0, है ना, बट द रेडियस विल बी व्हाट, स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 9/2. ठीक है, तो इसको मैं कैसे लिखूंगा, 3/√2. नाउ रिमेंबर, जो मैं आपको अगली चीज बता रहा हूँ, इन योर एग्जाम्स यू विल नेवर लीव योर आंसर लाइक दिस. इफ यू हैव एन इरेशनल नंबर इन द डिनोमिनेटर, आप इसको हमेशा रैशनलाइज ऐसे करोगे, √2 से मल्टीप्लाई और डिवाइड करके. वैसे कैलकुलेटर खुद भी करके दे देते हैं, 3√2/2 आंसर आ जाएगा. ठीक है, सो योर रेडियस विल बी 3√2/2. ओके, पार्ट सी. पार्ट सी में I can write it as x minus 0 whole squared plus y minus 2 whole squared equals to 5 squared. तो सेंटर मेरे पास आ जाएगा 0 and 2, राइट, 0 and 2, +2 and radius is 5. Coefficients are 1. कहाँ पे coefficient 1 है बेटा? और बेटा the coefficient of x square and y square they are 1. The center coordinates are related to a and b values, okay, over here. So if it is x squared, it is the same as writing x minus 0 squared, right? So that's why this becomes 0. And I can write this as x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals to 4 squared. So the center coordinates become 0,0. Vijay, now is it clear? Or so part D is 5 or minus 5 or minus 3 is the most important thing to remember. In part D, your center coordinates will be +5 and -3. एंड रेडियस विल बी इक्वल टू 2. यहाँ पे अगर प्लस है तो वी विल टेक इट एज अ माइनस. ठीक है, पार्ट ई में द सेंटर विल बी -7 and 0 एंड द रेडियस विल बी स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 18. ठीक है, इसको 9 times 2 भी लिख सकते हैं, मल्टीपल तरीके हैं, तो ये 3√2 बन जाते हैं, बट दैट्स अनदर थिंग. हाँ, बट ये आना चाहिए. ओके, similarly part f में the first thing you will be doing is dividing the whole equation by 2, क्योंकि कोएफिशिएंट आपको 1 के अलावा कुछ नहीं चाहिए होता, सही है. तो डिवाइड बाय 2 करोगे सबसे पहले आप इक्वेशन को, तो ये 2 और 2 कैंसिल हो जाएगा. सो द सेंटर विल बिकम 3 and -4 एंड द रेडियस विल बिकम स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 45/2. ठीक है, ओके, मैं पार्ट जी और एच भी आप लोग के लिए कर रहा हूं अभी. ठीक है, सो दैट यू पीपल हैव अ क्लियर अंडरस्टैंडिंग हाउ टू मूव अबाउट. अगेन एवरीथिंग एल्स मूविंग फॉरवर्ड विल बी related to algebra more so than the equation of a circle. Okay, देखो, whenever you have this equation, directly the first thing you should be able to do is figure out the center and the radius. Now, what you will compare this equation with is, I wrote it, I will write it again one last time for you people to remember. Plus a square plus b square minus r square equals to 0. X के साथ -2a है. Over here, the coefficient is -8. So the a will become 4. Coefficient of y is -2b, and that is equals to +20. So b will be is equals to -10. So 4 comma -10 are the coordinates for the center, and 110 is the constant term, and I can say that a squared plus b squared minus r squared, that's 110. A की जगह 4 squared 16, b की जगह 10 squared 100, minus will be actually cancel out. 116 minus 110 is equals to r squared. So r is square root of 6, है ना. देखो ना, this is the constant term, right? Constant term, and over here the constant term is 110, and then you just put this equals to 110. You already have the value of A and B, right? So that's it. You find the radius. Okay. The next step is in part H. The first step will be kya hoga? What will be the first step? Divide the equation by 2. I get x square plus y square minus 7x minus 5y. Now again comparing minus 2a is equals to minus 7. A is 7 upon 2. Minus 2b is equals to minus 5. B is 5 upon 2. And this constant term is equals to minus 163. So I will say 7 upon 2 squared plus 5 upon 2 squared minus r squared equals to 163 upon 2, by the way. है ना? Upon 2, yeah. So this I will get 49 upon 4 plus 49 plus 25 is how much? 49 plus 25, 74. 74 upon 4 will become 37 upon 2. सही है? So I hope it does. I don't know. Oh, this is minus 163. Yeah. Okay, got it. So this will become 37 upon 2 plus 163 upon 2 is equals to r squared. 200 upon 2 is 100 is equals to r squared. R equals to 10. Again, beta, everyone, my advice for you people would be to make sure you do not try and skip out on any steps. That will be the only reason you make mistakes. And that will be it. Okay. Now, if question 2, you people will figure out on your own. We have the center, we have this. Okay. Let me explain a couple of questions for you people over here. Okay, I'll just do it so it makes your life a bit simpler. What I plan is I want to make sure that you are able to do past paper questions as quickly as possible. Okay. When it says find the equation of a circle, the first thing is you will just write the general form for the equation of a circle. You x y minus b whole square is equals to r square. Now we have the center and we have a point on the circle. So that is x and y. So I can find the radius very easily now. I can write 6 minus 2 plus 8 minus 5. R will be equals to 5, right? Once my R is equals to 5, I will not go to this detail, beta. Yes, sir. So my equation will become x minus 2 whole squared plus y minus 5 whole squared is equals to 25. Now you can leave it in this form. You can expand it and leave in that form as well. It normally it will specify you in your exam in what form to leave your equation. Generally, it says to give your answer in this form, but it will tell you how to write your equation. If not, you can write it in any form. Okay? So this is how we find the equation of the circle. Okay. Question number 4. Okay. Now when it says the diameter, look, one last advice for coordinate geometry and circle questions bit, and that advice would be if the figure is not given, try and make it. So if the diameter of a circle has endpoints minus 6 and 8, even though in this case you might not need it, but still it really does help. Okay. 2 and minus 4. So basically these are the diameter of a circle. So if I make a circle with this as my diameter, okay. So what I know is that the diameter is always passing through the center. Can I find the center? How?
Diameter divided by 2.
Midpoint, beta, midpoint. So radius वही है ना, diameter divided by. Beta, if I have to find the center, what will I do? I will find the midpoint of these 2 points. It is as simple as this. How do I find the midpoint? That is again very straightforward. X1 plus x2 upon 2. So minus 4 upon 2 is minus 2. 8 minus 4 upon 2 is 2. So I have my क्या कहते हैं center. To find the radius, yes, I can now find the distance. Use the distance formula, okay? And then divide by 2. So the radius will be what? Uh, First, let's find the length of the diameter. Beta, what are you waiting for? Don't write now, beta. Don't write now. Not check. Okay, so the diameter will be x2 minus x1. 2 minus minus 6 will become 8 square, plus minus 4 minus 8 is minus 12 square. I don't know. I hope I'm doing it correctly. 144 plus 64 is 200. No, 10. Okay. And then I will divide this by 2. And this will give me my radius. How do I write my equation? X minus x plus 2 square plus y minus 2 square is equals to square of this number, है ना? So what is square of root 210 upon 2? 210 upon 4. 105 upon 2. This will be the equation of the circle. Okay? Those who are online, are we clear so far? Ahmad, Ali, Mustafa, Uruj, and Wajiha. Okay, everyone. So I want you people to attempt question number 6, and then I will do it on the board. 7, 8, 10. First, let's do question 6, 7, 8, 10. Start.